When I wrote the following pages, or rather the bulk of them, I lived alone, in the woods, a mile from any neighbor, in a house which I had built myself, on the shore of Walden Pond in Concord, Massachusetts, and earned my living by the labor of my own hands. I lived there 2 years and 2 months. This small lake was of most value as a neighbor in the intervals of a gentle rainstorm in August, when, both air and water being perfectly still, but the sky overcast, mid-afternoon had all the serenity of evening, and the wood thrush sang around, and was heard from shore to shore. A lake like this is never smoother than at such a time, and the clear portion of the air being shallow and darkened by clouds, the water full of light and reflection becomes a lower heaven itself, so much the more important. From a hilltop nearby, where the wood had been recently cut off, there was a pleasing vista southward across the pond, through a wide indention in the hills which formed the shore there, where their opposite sides sloping toward each other suggested a stream flowing out in that direction through a wooded valley. But stream there was none. That way I looked between and over the near green hills to some distant and higher ones in the horizon. Indeed, by standing on tiptoe, I could catch a glimpse of some of the peaks of the still bluer and more distant mountain ranges in the northwest, those true blue coins from heaven's own mint, and also of some portion of the village, but in other directions, even from this point, I could never see over or beyond the woods which surrounded me. It is well to have some water in your neighborhood to give buoyancy to and float the earth. One value, even of the smallest, well is, that when you look into it, you see the earth that is continent but insular. This is as important as that it keeps butter cool. When I look across the pond from this peak toward the Sudbury Meadows, which in time of flood I distinguished elevated perhaps by a mirage in their seething valley, like a coin in a basin, all the earth beyond the pond appeared like a thin crust, insulated and floated even by the small sheet of inverting water, and I was reminded that this, on which I dwelt, was but dry land.